Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if we're truly alone? What if one day, the answer came crashing down to Earth, not as a spaceship, but as something far, far stranger? This is the story of the day giant creatures fell from space, and how it changed our world forever. It all began subtly. In observatories around the globe, astronomers noticed a bizarre celestial disturbance. It wasn't an asteroid, a comet, or anything they'd ever seen before. The models were thrown out the window. A cosmic anomaly, take at it. It a ripple in the fabric of space itself. But soon, that ripple became a wave, and that wave was heading directly for us. Panic was still a distant whisper when the first objects breached our atmosphere. They weren't small meteors burning up in a fiery streak. These were colossal Goliaths of unknown origin, descending through the clouds like mountains falling from the heavens. They hit the Earth with unimaginable force, sending shockwaves across continents. The impacts were felt in every city, on every corner of the planet. Seismographs went wild. Oceans churned, and then there was an eerie silence. Where they landed, devastation was absolute, but what lay in the craters was not twisted metal or scorched rock. It was life. Massive, breathing life forms. Unlike anything in our biology textbooks. Were they extraterrestrial animals? Biomechanical constructs? Something else entirely? No one knew. The initial shock was overwhelming. News channels looped footage of the impact sites, a mixture of terror and awe, gripping the global population. Governments scrambled, deploying their most advanced military units and top scientific minds to the impact zones. The first order was clear. Assess the threat. 4 hours. The creatures lay dormant, seemingly lifeless husks embedded in the earth. Scientists approached cautiously, drones buzzing overhead, capturing every detail of their alien anatomy. Their skin resembled a fusion of rock and organic tissue, shimmering with an otherworldly iridescence. Then, one by one, they began to move. It started with a tremor, a slow shifting of immense weight. A limb, the size of a skyscraper, unfurled. An eye, a vast, luminous orb, opened and scanned the horizon. They were awake, and they weren't just moving randomly. There was a terrifying coordination to their actions, a sense of purpose. They moved in loose formations, their colossal strides causing localized earthquakes. Coastal giants displaced so much water that tsunamis battered nearby shores. Their mere presence altered the atmosphere, causing strange auroras and electrical storms. They weren't just on Earth. They were fundamentally changing it. Our initial response was, predictably, aggressive. Fighter jets swarmed, unleashing their payloads. Tanks fired shells that might as well have been pebbles. Our most advanced weapons proved utterly useless against their impervious hides. Each failed attack only seemed to provoke them further, their movements becoming more deliberate, more destructive. Seeing that force was futile, a different approach was championed. The world's best linguists, cryptographers, and xenobiologists were brought together in a desperate attempt to communicate. They studied the low-frequency rumbles the creatures emitted, the patterns of light that pulsed across their bodies, the intricate gestures of their massive limbs. Were these sounds a language? Were their movements a form of expression? Early observations were baffling. The creatures ignored our cities, our military, our frantic attempts at contact. Instead, they seemed to be searching. Their giant heads would scan the landscape, their deep calls echoing across valleys, as if calling out for something or someone. It was not the behavior of an invader. It was the behavior of a search party. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source. A geological team, analyzing the debris from an impact crater, found something embedded within the creature's outer shell. They weren't just rocks from space. They were artifacts, etched with complex, geometric symbols. These symbols were ancient, older than any known human civilization, and incredibly faint traces of these same patterns were found in the Earth's oldest rock formations. Suddenly, the pieces started to click into place. Scientists, historians, and mythologists worked together, cross-referencing the symbols with humanity's oldest legends and forgotten texts. Stories of sky gods, of titans who walked the earth, of a time when our world was connected to the cosmos in ways we could no longer imagine. The symbols weren't random. They formed a map, a star map, and it pointed back to a lost history, a hidden message from the dawn of time. The conclusion was Earth was not just a lone planet teeming with life. Millennia ago, it was part of a vast interstellar ecosystem, a cosmic garden, and these creatures, They weren't monsters, they were guardians. Gardeners. They hadn't come to attack us. They had returned. This revelation changed everything. The creatures weren't searching for a what, but a who. They were looking for their counterparts, other ancient entities, or perhaps the dormant seeds of this cosmic network that lay hidden beneath our feet. The message they carried was a warning. The cosmic balance they once maintained had been disturbed, and they had returned to restore it, with or without our cooperation. Humanity was standing at a crossroads. Do we continue to fight these beings we could never defeat? Or do we try to understand our own forgotten place in the universe and work with them? The choice we made would define our future, whether through a new era of cooperation, sharing our world with its ancient custodians, or through a desperate conflict for survival. One thing was certain. The world we knew was gone. Our science, our politics, our entire understanding of reality and our place within it had been irrevocably transformed. The day the giant creatures fell from space wasn't an invasion. It was a homecoming, and for humanity, it was a brutal, terrifying, and awe-inspiring awakening. The universe was far grander, and our own history far deeper than we had ever dared to dream. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy exploring these kinds of epic what-if scenarios, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you do not miss our next journey into the unknown. See you next time.